Hi everybody, Heather Lambert, Scentsy Family Director of Team Proud to Party, and I wanted to share with you some tips about fundraisers today. It's a great time of year for fundraisers, as well as in the fall, but also this time of year with our new catalog. The spring season means new organizations are popping up, sporting activities, groups, clubs. There's a lot of 5K races. People are looking to raise money for different causes. So it's a great time for fundraisers. Scentsy makes a great fundraiser, and there's a lot of reasons for that. The first one is that we are so flexible in the way that we can do fundraisers. We can have a basket party or a home party just like any other party where we give the money commissions from the party rather than product. Or we can do as big a fundraiser as we want to with lots of sellers with envelopes for each one, and they can all go out in mass and collect orders. It really depends on what the needs of the organization are. It can be as simple as opening a party on your website and having people order online. So it really depends on the needs of the organization. The nice thing about Scentsy Fundraisers is that we do not um, boost the price of our products. For fundraisers, people have the same opportunity to purchase products at a fundraiser that they do in any other way, so they're not paying any extra money. The other cool thing is that we have products ranging from $3 up to $40 and everything in between. So there is a price point for every budget, for every household, every family. So if people want to contribute and help out to the fundraiser, they can for as little as $3. So it provides a lot of opportunity for people with lots of different products and products that are affordable. So I wanted to show you how I do some of the larger fundraisers. I've had several large fundraisers in the fall. I did a fundraiser for 130 students, 70 of which participated. They sold $10,000 worth of Scentsy, and I was able to give them $2,500 towards their cause. I also did a fundraiser with 300 elementary school students. About a third of those students participated, and I was able to give them about $1,500 or $1,600 to their school. I've done smaller fundraisers as well, but those are a little easier to handle. It's the big ones that can be pretty overwhelming. So I wanted to show you what I do. The biggest tip I can give you for fundraisers is to keep them simple. Simple, simple, simple. So what I use for a fundraiser is one of these manila envelopes, very simply. And I often will put a label up top with, especially if it's a school, you want them to have their name, the grade level, and their homeroom teacher so that you can organize the orders when they come in. I always include a letter that has instructions, and the instructions are very simple. It's things like how to add tax, that there's free shipping, to make sure that the contact information of the customers are on the order form. So many people just put the person's name. You really want contact information from people because when you're doing a fundraiser, if there's a question about an order, if they order something that doesn't come in a tin or doesn't come in lotion, and you want to call that customer and see what other items you could order for them instead and what you want to do about the order. Or if you can't read the handwriting and you don't know what they want, you want to be able to contact those people. It's very difficult when you have to find the seller, and then the seller has to find the customer, and the customer then has. It's very difficult, and you're often under a time crunch when you're putting in orders. So make sure you can get their information. You also want to tell them how to order online from your website. Always open up a party on your website for the fundraiser. I've done $300, $400, $500 online from fundraisers, so that's definitely key. Your contact information is important. People will call you and contact you with questions about how to fill out order forms or what's available. And then prizes, I always give some sort of prize. Keep the prizes simple. Again, even for middle school students, elementary school students, I give a free buddy with $250 in sales. You want it to be a challenge. You want people to have to work for their free stuff. Don't just give stuff away just because. Um, push them to do sales that you know they can. They can hit 250 easy. That's it. That's a little basket party. That's no big deal. So a free buddy with 250. It's also a 10% host credit. I'm going to get 10% host credit free products anyway, so I can give those free products away to the kids if they hit those numbers. So instruction sheet goes in the envelope. I also use the brochures that Scentsy gives us. They're a much skinnier than the catalog to put in the envelope. It's nice big pictures so people can look. There's not too many pages to flip through, so it's quick. The cool thing about these is they are less expensive than catalogs too, so if you have a lot of people, these are definitely more cost effective. But if I only had like 5 people, maybe even 10 selling, then I would probably just use catalogs, unless I had some on hand. So it just depends what you've got available and how much time you have. I also use the fundraising order form. There's 2 order forms on a sheet, and it has the organization's information up top with who to make checks out to and that sort of thing. So these are really great. One note, when I get these back, I write the seller's name on the top here on both order forms, and then I photocopy. That way one goes into the order, and I get to keep one for my record. And when I cut them in half, I still know whose order it is. So you want to make sure you do that, because once you cut these off, you don't have the seller's name anymore. So you want to make sure that's available for you. I put 3 copies in the envelope, so they have plenty of order forms, and then of course they have my information if they need more. So that's it. I keep it very, very simple. That goes out with the students. I never give more than 2 weeks for them to sell. That's plenty of time. And then when I collect the orders, if it is a large fundraiser, and a monthly flyer too. So I always put whatever the special is for the month, because that provides some extra opportunities also. So anyway, if it's a lot of sales, what I did with my $10,000 fundraiser is I took 15 to 20 student envelopes and ordered and closed the order and put those aside. That was order number 1. And then I took another 15 to 20 envelopes and placed another order and closed it. So as the orders came in one at a time, I knew which envelopes went with which boxes, and I could pack those up, get them out, and then open the next phase of boxes. It really helps to order in batches. Not only do I have a small space to package orders in, so it kept the boxes coming a little at a time instead of all at once, but I didn't have to sort through all 70 envelopes trying to find which orders could I fill, and I could fill certain kids completely and deliver them, and then fill the next batch of students and deliver them. So it really helped out a lot. It also helped with ordering. I didn't make as many mistakes using a smaller number of items. I usually about 2,000 to 2,500 in orders at a time. And if you go much bigger than that, just the chance of mistakes and missing products is high. I did the whole $10,000 fundraiser and only missed 1 room spray. So doing it in batches definitely was key for part of that. Now, after the orders go out, remember to try to close your fundraiser near the end of the month, but you want to get it in before the end of the month. That way, as orders start to come in, you will have your commission check paid at the same time, and you can give the organization their money at the same time as their product. So that's kind of important. You don't want them to have to wait 2 months after they get their stuff to get paid. The other thing that as orders come in for packaging is to make sure you get some stuff ready ahead of time. So to keep things simple, I make these thank you cards. They're just postcards that I printed myself with whatever the scent of the month is, whatever's going on with Scentsy, and then a little note from me. It also, for a fundraiser, will say how much the organization made from the fundraiser, so they know how much they contributed. And then it has my contact information. Again, it talks about booking parties, things like that. And then whatever the scent of the month. I always give everybody a sample, and I usually attach them and staple it. That way I only have one thing to deal with. So I can package the order, put in the packing slip, tie this on with my ribbon, and I'm done. Like there's not a whole bunch of steps. So that's really important. The other thing that I learned after the fact, well, about halfway through, was to pre-cut ribbon as much as possible. It saved so much time and made things so much faster as I was packing. So you could pack the bag, throw in the slip, tie it on, and be done. But you didn't have to undo ribbon and cut. It saves you so much time. So pre-cut, pre-print, pre-staple, everything is ready to go. The other thing you want to make sure you have are bags. Scentsy will send you bags, but they will not be enough. And the thing about fundraisers is you get a lot of little orders. People that don't want to spend a lot, they'll buy a couple of scent circles or a couple of room sprays, and that's it. So I like these little bags from Scentsy. Those are great for just a couple of room sprays or a circle or a bar or something like that. And then you're not wasting those big bags that you get from Scentsy. I also have this size, the medium size. Those are perfect for like a 6-pack of wax if that's all they ordered, no warmers, just bars. So that's a perfect size bag for that. And then you can save the bags that Scentsy gives you when they order a warmer or a buddy. However, those are only good for one warmer and one buddy. So I get these bags. You see how big they are? Oh, it's huge. So these big bags are great for 2 warmers, or you could do a full size and several plug-ins along with bars and everything else. You can fit 2 buddies in this bag. So that's really great. So I have a lot of these on hand too. It saves having to bag one person's order, like with 4 or 5 different bags. You can get it all in one bag. And that's really helpful for organizing stuff. The other thing I use these big bags for is you get, say, a student has an envelope with 10 orders in it. So each of the 10 orders would get bagged up, and then all those 10 orders would go into one big bag with the student's name on it. So that student at school would just pick up their bag of orders and then be able to go and distribute. And that just makes, again, organizing a lot easier. I always write not only the customer's name on the thank you note, but also the seller's name so that they can identify. And if anything ever fell out of a bag, you would know where it belongs, not just who the customer was. Nobody might know who that person is. Okay, I think that's about it. So fundraisers, they are a lot of fun. I love being able to help the organizations meet their goals and get what they need. I like hearing the feedback from parents that things were organized and easy. That's the biggest thing about Scentsy Fundraisers. I want it to be easy for the organization. I've done so many for organizations from other things that were so much work. Fundraising can be so exhausting. So I really want Scentsy Fundraisers to be easy for the organization, that they don't have to do almost anything. But make sure that, Scentsy's motto is give more than you take. And remember that that's what Fundraisers is all about. It's about giving to that organization and providing them opportunities to get what they need. It's not about you. And as long as you are focused on the organization about getting them what they need, then your fundraisers will be successful. So that's it. Happy fundraising. And we'll see y'all soon.